Hi, I'm Rocky Bleier. If you are old enough, you may remember me for the years I played with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You may know I'm also a veteran. I served in the United States Army during the Vietnam War, where I was seriously wounded, earning the Bronze Star and a Purple Heart. The Steelers provided me the opportunity to battle back from my wounds and rejoin the team, ultimately to be an integral part of their 4 Super Bowl wins. My military service also provided me the opportunity to find a platform for the rights and freedoms of the American people, the ability to speak out on both state and national issues that become important to the American people. When I served our country in Vietnam, many of the men I served with couldn't vote or legally buy beer. They hadn't yet turned 21, but they could sacrifice their lives for this country. To a lot of us, it didn't seem fair that young men drafted to fight a war for their country couldn't pick the leaders who were sending them to risk their lives in battle. The rest of the nation shared that sentiment and came to believe that if you're old enough to fight, you're old enough to vote. And in 1971, the 26th Amendment to the Constitution was ratified to lower the voting age to 18. It was ratified in 4 months, the fastest amendment in U.S. history. That's why I'm concerned by the fact that Pennsylvania denies independent voters the right to vote in primary elections. It's an archaic law. You see, half of all veterans identify as political independents. That veterans choose to register as independents doesn't surprise me. When you fight for our country and our freedom, you're not fighting for Republicans or Democrats. You're not on the red team or the blue team. You're on the red, white, and blue team. That's why it's particularly disappointing to know that independent voters are barred from primary elections in Pennsylvania. How would you explain to a young man or woman returning to their family in Pennsylvania from their service in Iraq or Afghanistan that they can't cast a vote in a primary election? That's un-American. Now it's time we do something similar in Pennsylvania. It's time to repeal closed primaries and allow all veterans and all voters who chose to register as independents to cast a vote in primary elections. Every voter should be able to vote in every election. When more voters can vote, it's good for our democracy. And it's the only fair way to treat those of us who served our country to defend that democracy. Thank you.